Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks to all the 5,000 subscribers, it means a lot to me. If you haven't yet subscribed, kindly do so and hit the bell button to get notified when new videos are posted. My goal is to help you get fully funded scholarships to study abroad. I believe in you. Let's do this together. In today's video, John Bob is going to share with us how he created his Europass CV. Without wasting much time, let's dive right into it.
Hello guys, today I want to focus on the creation of the Europass CV. And when we talk about this Europass CV, it's one of the best known CV formats in Europe. It's a standardized application document that can be used all over Europe, mostly when you want to apply for jobs or you want to apply for school, like graduate school, like or admission to a graduate school, or yes, you want basically when you want to apply to a school, you need this Europass CV, usually required by European universities and European jobs. Yeah, so you need this kind of CV to be able to get into the school or to be able to land your dream job. And the reason why I want to focus on this CV today is in relation to the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. And when we talk about this Erasmus Mundus scholarship, it's a type of scholarship which is offered by the European Union. So there are various programs that you can apply to. Yes, you can apply to. And to apply to be able to gain admission to one of these programs, you will definitely need a CV. CV is one of the required documents. And since it's an European Union scholarship, you will definitely need the type of CV you will need is the Europass CV. So today I want to focus on the creation of the Europass CV. So first of all, I would like to talk about this. There are two methods. If you want to create this Europass CV, there are two methods. The first method is that you are going to create a profile in the Europass, like in the Europass website, and through your profile, you'll be able to generate a CV which you have about 4 templates that you can get from this profile. Another method is that you can download a template direct online. Like you can download a template and just edit that template to your satisfaction, the way you want it. So let's start off with the first method, how we are going to create a profile on the Europass website and generate the CV from the profile. So you go to Google, and when you go to Google, you would just type create Europass CV. So when you click on that create Europass CV, I think this is an advert. This is also an advert. This is an advert. So you come to the very first one, which is not an advert. Create your Europass CV, European Union. So here you can see European Union. So when you click on this, it will take you to this page. So when you come to this page, you will see that's the Europass European Union home. Create your Europass CV. So you will click on login to Europass. So once you click on the login to Europass, it will bring you to this page where you have to sign in. And since you don't have an account yet, you have to create an account. So by creating an account, you click on this create an account. So when you click on this create an account, it will lead you to this next page where you enter your name, your last name, email, confirm email, and email language. Then you create an account. But one thing I want to explain here is that initially, by just doing this, you just create an account and you'll be able to log in and do whatever you want to do. But this time around, because due to security reasons, people logging into other people's account and stuffs, they want to prevent that. So there's a two-way verification factor which has been introduced. So once you create an account, you will need this app. You will need to download this app too. If you are using iOS, it can be found on the App Store. The EU login, that's the name of the app, EU login. Then if you are using Android, it can be found on the Google Play Store. That's it, EU login. So what this app does is that you download this app, and if you want to log in, it's going to ask for certain authentication. So yeah, this is how it looks like. And to authenticate this thing, you have this scan QR code. So once you log in, you are going to link the app either with your phone number. Yes, you are going to the website. Once you log in, you are going to link it with your phone number. So here you can see please authenticate. So you link it with your phone number first of all, then they'll ask you to add a pin. So once you add a pin, anytime you want to log in, a push button will be sent to this app. So anytime you want to log into the Europass website, a push button will be sent. Then you will be asked to scan a QR code. A QR barcode will come, then they will ask you to use your phone to scan it. So once you enter your email, your password, you want to log in, it will ask for this. Then when you scan it, then you will now be able to get access into the app. So yes, don't forget to download this EU login if you want to use the website method. So now back to the Europass. So once you've been able to create an account and you've done the authentication through this mobile app, you will now come to the main page. Yes, we'll now come to the main page over here. Um, okay. So yes, come to the main page, which is loading. So here, I would like to demonstrate what I was talking about. So let's say I enter my password over here. I enter my password, then I'll click on sign in. So once I click on sign in, it's going to load. So you see from here, it is telling me awaiting confirmation of device. Please accept the notification on your mobile device to confirm your authentication. So I'll just go to my phone and I'll click on it. Then I'll just enter my PIN. So once I enter my PIN, yeah, for my phone, I've done the authentication on my phone. So after doing it on my phone, it is directing me to the page automatically. Yes. So basically, that's how this is done. So let's wait for it to send me to the page. So it's redirecting me to the Europass page. So this is what I wanted to show you. So okay, now I'm done. The authentication has been successful. So it is leading me to the Europass page where I can create my CV. I can create my profile and create my CV. Okay. Okay. So when you open this page, basically this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. When you open it, this is how it looks like. Once you create you come to the profile section. First of all, you have to create your profile. So this is how it looks like. So when you come to the profile, there is a place where you can add your picture. Usually the Europass CV requires that you add a picture. So you can edit and upload your picture. You can come here, edit, then you click on my device. So if you have your picture on your device, you just select it and upload it. So from here, there's a personal information section where you can input your date of birth, gender, nationality, um, address, and phone number. Then, so here, basically, here, this part is for creation of the profile. So whatever you want on the CV, and between these two methods, I always prefer this first method because I find it easier than the other template. The other template is also easier if you look at it directly, but you realize that it's not easy when you want to edit it. So I prefer this type of this method because once you create your profile, you don't need to do anything through your profile. You will be able to add whatever you want to add, and the CV will be generated automatically for you. So let's say if you want to add like all these sections I've created, that is my research interest, education and training, short courses, honors and awards, digital skills, research experience, publication, work experience, and management and leadership skills. It can be created at this part of the page. So when you open the profile section, you just look for add new section. So when you click on add new section, you see they select the section type, then you choose whatever you want. So what I would like to explain is that you see some of these sections I have created. An example is the education and training, honors and award, digital skills, publication, work experience. management and leadership skills, language and recommendations. All these things can be found here. But with some of them, you can't find some of them here. Let's say the research interest I created, it wasn't found here. So let's say you want to create a heading, you want to create a heading which is not found here, you can just click on other. So when you click on other, then you put the section title there yourself. So this is like you manually creating the section title because it's not part of the section type. So you have to create it yourself. So if there is any heading you want to add, you just create it yourself and you type it and it will appear there. So yes, so basically this is how it's done. You just select the sections. So once you select the section, then you will decide to write whatever you want to write under. So let's say I selected education and training. You come here. I want to show you how it looks like. So once you select education and training, this is a title of qualification award which I entered my BSc telecommunication engineering. Organization providing the education and training you enter. So you are going to fill in all these things. Though it's a long process, but at the end of the day, it makes it easier for you. Once you're able to fill this profile, you are able to, like, you fill this profile, you are able to, the CV is being generated for you automatically. And another thing is that, let's say this your computer is fault, or like you are not having access to it, or it has crashed or something, and you want to be able to create another CV. You've lost access to this, and you want to be able to create another CV on another laptop or somewhere else. You can just log in into your account and the CV can be created again. But let's say if you download the template, which is the second method, and you want, like, you download the method and let's say your laptop crashes or something, or it gets spoiled, meaning that if you want to create another CV again, then you have to go and download the template and start filling all over again, which makes it like it makes it difficult. But this is easier. It's much easier because you just have to log in into your profile and you just extract from your profile. You can just extract the CV automatically. So from here, so once this is done, once you create your profile, then now let's get to the part where we want to create the CV itself. So you come to my Europass. You come to my Europass. If you want to create the CV, you come to my Europass. So you click on my Europass, then yes, well, because I was trying to do some changes. It said before you leave, you continue. Your changes to the profile will not be saved. Yes, I don't want to do any changes because I've already done it. Then when I click on my Europass, it leads me to this page. Yes, it leads me to this page where from here you will see create a CV. So this is what we want to do. I am going to click on create a CV. From here, you see, from creating the CV, you've been given a lot of options over here. So you see, because I have done it, like I have created a CV for it's telling me resume last CV, but this is not the aim of this video. The aim of this video is to teach you how to create the CV from afresh, like starting from afresh. So I'm not going to choose this, and you have select from my library. So once you create CVs like in the past, you can decide to save it in your library. Like maybe probably you want to tailor your CV to suit a certain application. You can tailor your CVs and save them in your library. So anytime you can just pick the CV from your library. Then we have the import Europass CV. You can decide to import it. Like let's say the second method I was talking about, you've downloaded the template, you filled whatever you want to fill, you can decide to import it into the website. Then you can actually create a new CV altogether. You can decide that, like let's say you are not going to use your profile, so you want to go through the process of typing everything one by one yourself, which I think is going to be stressful. That's why using the profile method is better. So then we have start from profile. So this is the one which is going to generate your CV for you automatically. So you should go in for this part. Once you filled your profile and everything, I think the best option is to go for start from your profile. So you click on start from your profile. A recent CV has not been finalized. You can continue to work on this CV by clicking your last if you choose. Then, but if you choose to continue this draft, so I don't want to work on the previous one. I want to start a new one for my profile. So I'm going to click on continue. So once I click on continue, I think this is yes. So select your entire part of the profile by clicking on the check boxes to this. So here. Yes. So I click on next. So I wanted everything on my profile. So I click on next. So when you click on next, this is your profile. If you could remember clearly, this is the profile I had, the profile I created. These are all the things on my profile. So yes, this is it. So your profile will be displayed here. So you look at it and confirm if it's actually like what you want. So you just go through it. If it's everything you place in your profile, you can just go ahead. So yes, you can just go ahead. Okay. Yeah, so as I said earlier on, when you come here, you select your entire profile. It will ask, once you go to create my CV and you choose from start from profile, the first page you come is select your entire profile or part of it by clicking on the checkboxes placed next to each section below. So what it means is that, like, when you come to this page, your profile is here. So you decide on which of the sections here you want it to appear on your CV. So if you uncheck some of them, it will not appear. But I have decided to select my entire profile so that it will reflect on the CV, because the CV will be generated automatically, as I said earlier on. So from here, once you select the entire profile, you come to next. So you will be asked again at the next section. You will ask, do you want to edit the information before creating your CV? If you feel you want to edit something, you choose yes, I do. If you don't want to, you choose no thanks. So I'm going to choose no thanks because I don't want to edit anything. So I click on no thanks. So now here you see the CV has been generated. If you look at the right hand side of the page where I'm currently scrolling, you realize that the CV has been generated. It has been generated here. But the good thing about using the website and creating from a profile is that you'll be given four different templates. You can choose any of the templates, the one you think it best suits whatever you want to do, or the one which you think is nicer to you. You just choose that one. So we have this particular one over here. You can choose another type if you want. They have four types. So yes, I've clicked on one of them, this one. So you see it has changed the format of they are all Europass CV but just different templates. So this is another format. This is another format. Then this is another. I'm going to select another format again so that you can have a look at it. So this is another format loading. Okay. This is another one, another template. You see? Then this is another template I'm selecting again. So you can decide out of these four, you can decide to choose the one you like. Or you can even choose the color for your CV. You know, there's colors here, blue, like the writings, the headings, the sections are in blue. You can decide to choose this for your CV. You see, you can decide to choose this for your CV, this color. You can decide to choose this color also. So any color at all, any of them goes. Any of them goes. So you can decide to choose. So let me reset it to the default setting. Yeah, this is the default setting. And here also you can see select size of your CV, the text size. So this actually basically talks about the font size. So you can either choose large, which you realize that the font size will increase. You see, you can tell, or you can choose small to decrease the font size. Then add Europass logo. You can see first page only. So this is a Europass logo showing on top of the CV, which is yeah, it was by default. They've chosen first page only. So that's the reason why it's only showing reflecting on the first page. So I usually prefer you can actually put the logo on every page if you want, but I usually prefer to choose no. I don't want the Europass logo to show. So I clicked on no and it has vanished. Then you can decide to add page numbers. Yes, you can click on page numbers so that you actually like once the CV is generated, you can see the page number, the number of pages. Then you can add a closing statement if you want. So once the CV has been generated, then you've chosen your preferred template, you can decide to click on next here. So once you click on next, it has been finished. So basically, this is how to create a Europa CV from the Europass website. So it has been created. So here you have options. Once it's created, you can select the format, and the only format here is PDF. And you know it's always advisable to submit your document in the form of PDF because sometimes when you submit in Word, like it can get to the person and there will be changes based on which the device the person is using to open your document. So here you can decide to download your CV and save it, or you can save it in your Europass library. So here I can decide to save it in my Europass library, which it will be in my library. So meaning anytime I log into this website, your CV has been successfully saved, or you can download it in the form of PDF, or you can publish it wherever you want to publish. So this is a preview of your CV. So if you feel everything is okay, you just click on finish. So once you download, you can click on finish to bring you here. So these are the CVs like I've saved in my library. So you see, once you click on finish, it will display all the CVs you've saved in your library. So let's say if I want to apply for a certain job that I have tailored my CV to fit, I just come here and I pick the particular CV and I download it. So basically, this is how the Europass CV is created by the first method. So let's talk about the second method. With the second method, um, you go to Google, then you search. Let's say you come to Google with the second method, you just come to Google. Then let's say you search for download Europass CV template. So go to Google, just click on download Europass CV template. Then you just come here. So if you click on this, you see you can see it's already in a document form already. So once you click on this, it's going to download. You click on this, it's going to download. So you see, it's telling me to download file. This is it. So it will bring you to this page, tell you to download file. So once you download this, how it's going to look like. So once you download it, you are going to get something like this. So with this one, when you look at it, it's much easier because it has generated a word template for you. So all you have to do is just edit the name, edit the street name, country, replace with phone number, replace with mobile number, state email address, website, nationality, a whole blah blah. So all it's going to do is that it's going to tell you to um make edit whatever like you want to edit. So but the difficult thing about this is that sometimes editing it becomes very difficult because let's say you've done whatever editing you want to do and you want to add a new section. So once you want to add a new, sometimes when you try making these changes, it affects the font size or the positioning of the font. So it becomes very difficult. I don't know if you get what I'm talking about, but it becomes difficult editing because it has been edited in a particular, it has been done, the template is in a particular way already. So you can't change it to suit certain things you want. So I always prefer you go with the website part, like going to the website and creating a profile and generating the CV from the profile automatically. So it's always better to do it that way. So with this is the same as what we downloaded earlier on. You can see the personal information, the name, the job applied for, position preferred, studies applied for. So you can do whatever you want to do over here, edit it to suit whatever you want. If it's a job you're applying for or a school you're applying for. So here we are talking of the Erasmus Mundus, how to use this CV, getting your CV right to be able to apply for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So basically, this is the second method which doesn't need much explanation because once you download the template, you can just do the editing that you want. So now let's go back to the CV. I want to talk of my CV I use. So I happened to apply for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship last year. Okay, no, this year, which I applied. I was able to make it to the interview stage, but I wasn't able to get into the program due to, they are going to be assessed based on your document, the performance during the interview. So I think during the interview, I was not able, I missed certain questions, which I think caused me from getting the scholarship. But I was still accepted into the program as a self-funded student. So for me to be able to move to the next stage, that's the interview stage, then there's probably something I did right in terms of the document I submitted. So I would like to display I would like to display some of the my CV. I would like to show you my CV I used when I was applying for this Erasmus Mundus scholarship, and I would like to touch on some few things how to get it right. So basically, this was what I actually used to apply for the scholarship. So this is my Europass CV, which had my personal information, education and training, a certain course I took, digital skills project, honors and awards, research experience, publication, work experience, management and leadership skills. So this is what I used in applying for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So you can see this is what I used, but I still believe that I could have done better. Like I could have done something to this CV. Like I could have polished it in a way that will show that that will make it more compelling. Yes, that will make it more compelling. So this is a new CV I've created that I intend to use to apply next year or this year when the applications open again in November. So you realize that from the previous CV, there was no research interest. From this CV, there was no research interest. I didn't talk about my research interest, and the short course I took on Coursera, I decided to add it to my education and training. So this time around, I decided to add my research interest. So by adding the research interest, it tells the admission committee that you actually know what you want. And you don't just add this research interest, you have to make sure your research interest actually aligns with the objectives of the program you are applying to, or the courses like this program decide to teach. Like the courses they've decided the program decides to teach. So your research interests have to align with what they are doing. So these are my research interests, and I want to show you the Erasmus Mundus program I applied for last year. So this is it. Is the name of this the Erasmus program? Let's say one thing I want to explain is that when you take the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, when you go there, if you're having an electrical engineering background, you're not going to see a program by name electrical engineering or chemical engineering. Like the programs are like they've been designed in a way that they are purposely like specialized. Like so, if let's say if you want to specialize in a particular part of electrical engineering, that's what you are going to see. So it's based on specialization, not the whole electrical engineering. So I wanted to specialize in antennas. So the program I decided to choose, I have a background in telecom. So the program I chose was the MEMO, which is Erasmus Master of Innovative Microwave Electronics and Optics. So you come here, you read about the program. So when you read about the program, you go to look at what the program requires and what they are looking for and what the skills and experience you are supposed to earn after you go through the program. So you go to the program details, and these are the taught courses, the courses. So you come here, you see semester one, semester two. So semester two, you will see antennas over here. So for me to choose this course, so you look at my CV and you realize that I have a research interest in antennas, human body antennas, wideband antennas. So meaning this course is actually aligns with what my research interest. So what I want to do in terms of my research interest is being taught by the program. So I am good to go to apply. So you don't just wake up and just go and apply. You have to make sure that whatever research you have, whatever research interest you have actually tallies with what the program decides to teach. So this is it. Another thing I would like to talk about in my education and training, and this time around I created a short course section where I placed initially. If you look at the first one, it was part of my education and training. But this time around, I decided to create another section called short courses, where I have the courses I've taken on Coursera and the ones I'm currently taking. I have my honors and awards, digital skills. So these are important parameters that if you like, you want to show how competitive you are. These are parameters that you should have on your CV: my digital skills, my research experience, my publications, my work experience. And another thing I would like to touch on is the work experience. You don't just put any work experience over there; it should be relevant work experience. Let me show you something on the page of the program I applied to. So these are the documents they needed, the supporting documents for the application, they needed for the application. So these are them. You can see the CV over here, you can see the CV over here. And these are the mandatory ones. And if you look at this part, there's a part called non-mandatory, where they talk about copies of any other qualification, grade, diploma, certificate, courses and workshops, participation in conference or publication, relevant work experience, relevant. Though these things are not mandatory, I think these mandatory ones. You must submit it without accepting this mandatory. We are not going to get into the program. So to be able to get into the program, first of all, to be able to be accepted or for your application to be reviewed, you need to submit the mandatory one. The mandatory one. So I think the ones that is going to give you a leverage over other applicants is these non-mandatory ones. So once you are able to have this in your CV, it's definitely going to give you a leverage, even though it's not mandatory. It's going to give you a leverage. It's going to give you an upper hand over other applicants who are just going to submit the mandatory ones. So the relevant work experience, you don't just put anything. You have to make sure whatever you are putting on your CV for the work experience should be relevant to the program. So I would like to show you something here too. So let's go to the program details again. You realize that the mandatory course, there's something called microwave engineer. You can see optical communication over here, component over here. So I'd like to show you something on my CV again. So if you realize from my CV, my work experience, I worked at Huawei Technology as a transmission engineer. You realize supervision of microwave links installation and configuration of these links. So when you look at this microwave here appears here to microwave engineer. So that should tell you that my work experience actually relevant to the course. So yes, another thing is here you see DWDM. This DWDM actually talks about optic or like it has something to do with fiber optics. It has something to do with fiber optics, a form of optical transmission. So when you take here to you see optical communication. So my work experience actually irrelevant. You don't just put anything over there. So let's say you did engineer, you work in a bank. You can't come and put it over here because it's not a relevant work experience. So yeah, so basically you have to make sure that you submit a compelling CV to be able to make like that will show like that will like tell the committee that you are like a very competitive applicant. Yes. And I bet you, if you are able to go through this thing, like trust me, if you are able to go through this thing and you are able to submit a very good CV with other like applications, your SOP too should be good. Once you're able to submit all these things, they are all compelling. Trust me, you are definitely going to get to the next stage. So one story I would like to tell is that there was this guy who I applied this position with. I applied and he had a first class, but he didn't have a relevant work experience. He didn't have any publication. But I graduated with an upper. And with all these things, with all these short courses, relevant short courses I took, the coding, like I took a coding class which is in Python, which is actually relevant in graduate school. These days, you need coding skills to be able to do a lot of things in graduate school. And my award as the best thesis and my research experience and all that in publication, I think it gave me leverage. He wasn't able to make it to the interview stage, but I was able to make it. So basically, when you are doing, you want to prepare a CV, you have to make sure that your CV is actually compelling. Yes, you have all these sections in your CV. So I would like to show you a winning CV of someone who won this Erasmus Mundus scholarship. This is one of the Europass CV, the person like this a Europass CV someone used and won the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So this is how it looks like. The person talked about her education, her experience, her languages. So you see the scholarship the person won. The person won this Erasmus scholarship in 2006, 2007. The person talked about her professional experience. So you can see that her professional experience. You can see from here the person actually have this thing. Yeah, so basically this is a CV, a Europa CV of someone who has won the Erasmus Mundus scholarship before. Yes, basically this is the CV. This is how it looks like. This is how the Europa CV. So yes, all I would like to say is that yes, once you are interested in this in Erasmus Mundus scholarship and you want to get into the program, you should be able to have your Europass, which is one of the most important documents you have to submit. So from what I showed you, realize it's actually mandatory, so you can't run away from it. You will definitely need it. Yes, you will definitely need it. So make sure you get a very good CV and submit it alongside other documents. You don't just focus on just the CV alone. You also make sure that your SOP too is actually compelling and concise. Yes, you go straight to the point and make it concise. So yeah, basically this is how the Europa CV is created.